And now coming out onto the field for the first time, it is Shedeur Sanders. Fans do not know that.
Shedeur Sanders has been playing with a back injury, and he told his brother Shiloh about it. This gives us a look at how tough and determined this young man has been while his own organization has been working against him at every turn. Let me explain what we know and why this news is so shocking when you think about everything that has happened this season. Shedeur Sanders, the 5th-round pick who was buried as the 4th string on the depth chart, was told he would be redshirted for the whole season. His intelligence and work ethic were questioned by leaks from the organization and media members who spread false stories. He finally got his chance to play and right away showed that he is the best quarterback in the building. Shedeur Sanders has been doing all of this while dealing with a back injury that would have kept most players out of the game or at least made them play much worse. Consider what that means. Every time we have seen him throw, every time he has scrambled out of the pocket to extend plays, every time he has led the Browns down the field for scoring drives, and every time he has done something amazing that has made people recognize his talent, he has done it all while in pain. The back is one of the most important parts of a quarterback's body because it helps him throw with power, stay balanced in the pocket, take hits, and get away from pressure. A quarterback with a back injury is like a pitcher with a sore shoulder or a running back with a bad knee. It has an effect on every single thing you do on the field. And Shedeur Sanders has been playing at a high level, putting up record numbers and making throws that Browns fans haven't seen in years, all while dealing with this injury that he doesn't seem to have made a big deal about in public. He told his brother about it in what was probably a private conversation. He wasn't looking for sympathy or making excuses. He was just stating a fact about how he is feeling physically. You want a franchise quarterback to be tough and have the mindset to get things done without complaining. Let us look at what Shedeur has done recently to put this injury news in context. It makes his performance against the Tennessee Titans even more impressive than it already was. Shedeur threw for 64 yards and 3 touchdown passes with 1 interception in that game, even though he was hurt in the back. He also ran for 29 yards and a touchdown, which made him the Browns' leading rusher because their running game was so bad. Those numbers would be great for a healthy veteran quarterback playing in perfect condition. For a rookie who was hurt in the back and had no running game support against a defense that could pin their ears back because they knew the Browns had to throw, in a hostile environment with his own head coach seemingly working against him, those numbers are truly amazing. Shedeur was the first Browns quarterback since Derek Anderson in Week 6 of the 2007 season to throw 3 touchdown passes and run for a touchdown in the same game. For 17 years, Browns quarterbacks couldn't do what Shedeur did while hurt. I want to make this point clear because it is very important to understand how special this performance was. Over the past 17 years, the Browns have had a lot of different quarterbacks. They have had first-round picks, veteran free agents, journeyman backups, and everything else in between. None of them, not even one in almost 20 years, did what Shedeur Sanders did in that Titans game while hurt in the back. That fact should put an end to any discussion about whether he should be the starter from now on. And it looks like it finally has. Kevin Stefanski, the head coach who didn't want anything to do with Shedeur according to insider reports, who took 2 months to even say Shedeur's name in public, and who has consistently taken the ball out of Shedeur's hands in important situations, has now said that Shedeur will start the rest of the season. It only took a lot of proof that Shedeur is clearly the best quarterback on the team, public pressure from fans and the media who want him to play, and Shedeur making the issue worse by playing so well that it would be wrong to bench. When you think about where Stefanski's comments about Shedeur's growth come from and what they mean, they are very interesting. He said that Shedeur has gotten better and better in every game, that he has been working really hard, and that Stefanski is happy with how his development is going. He said that Shedeur knows he can always improve on some plays, but he is very focused on getting better every time he plays. These sound like normal compliments from a coach on the surface, but keep in mind that this is the same Kevin Stefanski who just a few weeks ago didn't want anything to do with Shedeur Sanders. This is the coach who kept him fourth string even though evaluation metrics showed he was the best quarterback in training camp. This is the coach who called a 2-point conversion play that took the ball away from Shedeur after he had led 2 touchdown drives in a row and was very sure of himself. Stefanski's praise for Shedeur now seems less like real praise for talent and more like a coach trying to save face after realizing he made a huge mistake. It is interesting that Stefanski had to say that Shedeur's back injury isn't too bad. How long has Shedeur been hurt? Did the Browns' doctors know about it? If they knew, why did they still limit his practice reps and keep him lower on the depth chart earlier in the season? What does it say about their medical evaluation and player monitoring if they didn't know? These are questions that need to be answered because they have to do with how the organization has been treating its best offensive player. It is both brave and worrying to play through an injury. It is impressive because it shows that you are tough, dedicated, and willing to help your team even when you are not feeling well. Every football player gets hurt from time to time, and being able to play through pain that isn't too bad is one of the things that makes a player great. But it is also worrying because if the injury isn't handled properly, playing through it can lead to bigger problems. If the player is being pushed too hard or the injury is affecting performance in ways that lead to bad habits or bad mechanics, the Browns need to make sure they are taking care of Shedeur's back injury. Medical professionals need to keep an eye on it all the time. They need to have treatment plans in place to stop it from getting worse, and they should be honest about the risk-reward calculation of playing him through it. Nobody wants Shedeur to get a worse back injury because he didn't give it enough time to heal properly. But here is what I think is most interesting about this whole thing. Shedeur Sanders has been playing with a back injury, dealing with sabotage from his own coaching staff, not having a working running game, getting hit because of bad pass protection, handling all of this with maturity and professionalism that is far beyond what anyone should expect from a rookie 5th-round pick. He hasn't made excuses, complained in public, started drama, or blamed anyone for any of it. Listen to what he said after the Browns-Titans game when someone asked him why he wasn't on the field for the 2-point conversion attempt. He could have thrown Stefanski under the bus. He could have said he was unhappy with the choice. He could have turned it into something about himself and his need to have the ball in important situations. Instead, he took the high road and said that of course he always wants the ball in his hands, but he knows that's not what football is. They practiced something and did it in practice. It just didn't work out in the game, and he would never go against the call or make a big deal out of it. It is very mature of a 22-year-old rookie to not be upset about being pulled at the most important point in the game. That is what it means to be a leader. That is what being professional means. That is putting the team first even if the team hasn't put you first. Shedeur Sanders is handling this impossible situation with grace and dignity. His play is also so good that it is clear he should be the franchise quarterback going forward. The Browns still have games left against the Chicago Bears, Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Cincinnati Bengals. These 4 opponents have different levels of defensive skill, and they will give Shedeur great chances to show off his skills. The Browns should be able to compete with the Bears and Bengals, but the Bills and Steelers will be harder to beat and will test Shedeur against the best player. The Browns won't be able to justify drafting a quarterback in the 1st round of the 2026 draft if Shedeur keeps playing the way he has been. Even with his back injury, they will have 2 picks in the 1st round. Before Shedeur started playing, most people thought they would have to use one of those picks on a quarterback because their current situation at the position was so bad. But Shedeur's quickly changing the math on that. The Browns will have to think long and hard about whether they already have their quarterback of the future if he finishes the season strong, shows steady growth, and plays well even when they lose. If you already have a good young quarterback on your team, it would be a waste of a 1st-round pick to get another one. You could use that pick to fill other needs, like on the offensive line, defensive line, or secondary. Shedeur's numbers so far: 769 passing yards, 5 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, and a 52.4% completion rate don't stand out as amazing. But the situation is everything. He has only started a few games this season, and most of the time he hasn't played at all or very little. He has been playing in an offense that wasn't made for his skills and hasn't been changed to make the most of them. He has been playing behind an offensive line that hasn't always kept him safe, and now we know he has been doing all of this even though he hurt his back. When you take those things into account, his performance has been very good. The completion percentage isn't as high as it should be, but he has been trying harder throws than most rookie quarterbacks because the Browns haven't been able to set up a running game that makes easy completions. His touchdown to interception ratio is good, which means he is taking care of the ball and not making the kinds of mistakes that can ruin a young quarterback's career. The Browns have been missing a dynamic player for years, but he can make big plays with both his legs and his arm. The stats aren't even the best thing about Shedeur's performance. It is the things you can't see and the things you can. He looks calm in the pocket, ready for anything, and sure of his choices. He throws into tight spaces that need great timing and arm strength. He can move around to keep plays going and make something out of nothing when the first play design falls apart. He is in charge of the huddle and his teammates respect him. These are the traits that will help you do well in the NFL for a long time, and Shedeur has shown all of them, even though his coaches and organization haven't helped him much. The revelation of the injury adds another layer to the story of how the Browns organization isn't working well. Did Kevin Stefanski know that Shedeur had a back injury when he kept him on the fourth string? If so, why wasn't he more careful about taking care of the injury and then Shedeur ready to play? If not, why weren't the coaches and medical staff talking to each other about how the players were doing health-wise? In either case, the organization looks bad. If they knew about the injury and still kept him buried on the depth chart without giving him chances to improve, that is bad player management. If they didn't know about the injury, that means that the medical and coaching staff didn't talk to each other well enough, which could have caused serious problems. Professional sports leagues, especially those worth billions of dollars like the NFL, should have ways to stop these kinds of things from happening. Also, it is possible that the back injury is connected to how Shedeur was used or maybe misused during practice. We know he spent training camp throwing to equipment managers and janitors on the side fields instead of getting real reps with the offense. We know that for months he wasn't getting first-team snaps while his body was going through the tough training that NFL players go through. Could the back injury have been caused by bad practice management or not paying enough attention to his physical development? We can't know for sure, but it is a good question to ask because the Browns have done a terrible job with almost every part of the Shedeur Sanders case. The story of Shedeur Sanders is one of talent overcoming institutional failure. He is doing well in spite of his organization, not because of it. He is proving himself while hurt, while his own head coach is trying to sabotage him, while playing in an offensive system that wasn't made for him, and while dealing with false stories about his intelligence and work ethic. Most players, especially rookies who are still getting used to the NFL level of competition, would be broken by that kind of adversity. Shedeur is not only surviving, but also doing well. This shows how strong-willed and mentally tough he is. This is the kind of quarterback you want to run your team. Someone who doesn't make excuses when things get hard. Someone who puts the team first, even when the team hasn't always put him first. Someone who works well under pressure and comes through when it counts. Someone who can deal with problems with grace and still have the confidence and edge to compete at the highest level. Shedeur Sanders checks off every single one of those boxes. The Browns have 4 more games to fully figure out what they have in Shedeur. And unless something else goes wrong with the organization, he will keep starting and showing off his skill. Another chance for him to show that he is the future of the team. Another chance for him to prove that he can keep playing at a high level, even though he has a bad back. If I worked in the Browns front office, I would already be making plans to build around Shedeur Sanders for the long term. I am using those 2 first-round picks to improve the offensive line and add weapons on the outside. I am making an offense that will make the most of Shedeur's unique mix of arm strength, speed, and ability to think quickly. I am hiring coaches who want to help him grow and believe in him, not hold him back. I am doing everything I can to make sure that the mistakes of this season, like the sabotage, the false stories, and the missed chances, never happen again. But I am not sure the Browns will make the right choices in the future based on how they have done things this year. This organization had proof that their rookie 5th-round pick was the best quarterback in the building. but they chose to ignore that proof for half a season. This is the team where the head coach supposedly didn't want anything to do with their best offensive player for reasons that had nothing to do with football. This is an organization that has shown time and time again that they can lose when they should win because of bad choices and problems within the group. The Cleveland Browns have not done enough for Shedeur Sanders. He should have coaches who believe in him and make an offense that works with his strengths. He should be part of a group that helps him grow and keeps him from taking unnecessary risks, like playing through injuries that could get worse. He should be evaluated honestly based on his skills, not on hidden agendas or personal biases. It is still unclear if he'll get any of that in Cleveland. We know for sure that Shedeur Sanders is a fighter and a competitor who won't let circumstances decide how things turn out for him. The Browns have treated him badly, disrespected him, and tried to make him look bad at every turn. In response, he has played at a level that even his harshest critics have to admit is good. The news about his back injury makes his achievements even more impressive. It should also serve as a wake-up call to everyone in the Browns organization that they have something special and need to stop ruining it. If this injury news shocked you as much as it shocked me, and if you are amazed that Shedeur has been playing this well while hurt, then you need to hit that like button right now. This channel is known for breaking news and in-depth analysis like this, and your likes show me that you want more of this kind of content. We are not just telling the basic stories. We are figuring out what it all means and putting the pieces together that most news outlets miss. Let us know what you think about Shedeur playing through pain by leaving a comment below. Does this make his performance even more impressive? Should the Browns be more careful about how they take care of his health? What do you think he needs to do in the last 4 games to make sure he is the franchise quarterback? And what do you want the Browns to do differently with Shedeur in the future? I want to hear all of your thoughts, worries, and analysis. You are missing out on the best coverage of the Shedeur Sanders situation on the internet. If you don't subscribe to this channel yet, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you always know when we post breaking news or analysis. As things happen, we are covering every part of the story, and there will definitely be more drama and surprises before this season ends. Send this video to every football fan who needs to see the full picture of what Shedeur Sanders is doing. Even though things are very hard for him, put it up talk to people to let people know that this young man is playing through an injury while his own team works against him. And he is still playing at a level that shows he is a special talent. The more people who know the truth, the more pressure the Browns will be under to do right by their quarterback. This has been your breaking news coverage of Shedeur Sanders' back injury and what it means for his performance, his future, and the Browns organization. We will be keeping a close eye on his health for the next 4 games and letting you know about any changes as this story unfolds. Stay focused, stay involved, and keep cheering for Shedeur as he works to get past every problem he faces.